fine with
Why, did somebody say something?
Okay, first step in the manual is to put the wheels in. So they just slot in like that. Comes with a little doovalaki that goes in like that. Take your screws and screw them in. Okay, that's that done. Okay, next in the manual, it says to fit the tail wheel. Now that just slots in here, so you just press it in. There's a plate that slips over it, like so. And then you've got your 3 screws. So just screw your screws in. Okay, and that's that done. Now on to the horizontal. First it says to put the tube in, so put your carbon rod in, about halfway, then you slot your wing in, your horizontal goes in, do the same on the other side and then push them together. You'll find that they mix in there. Next up, you take some of the 4 pieces of tape that you'll need, get one of them, get it off, and then carefully stick it along here, making sure you get right on the plastic. Rub it right down nice and firm. Now you've got to do that on all 4 joins. Make sure you do top and bottom. Yes, make sure you get on the plastic there and then on the foam. So you get a nice good seal. Rub it down. Okay, and then when you've put your tape on, put your clevis on. Now it says to put it on the lowest hole. There's only 2 holes there, so choose the lowest one, clip it in, and then remember to pull up your piece of rubber tube that's there. That just locks it in nicely, so that's all set up now. The elevator, the rudder was already done, so we don't need to do that. Next it wants us to fit the wing, so we firstly put the wing tube in. Line it up. Now grab your cable out from your wing for your servo. Thread your wing into the tube, and then before you get it on all the way, stick your connector through the hole that's already here for you. So we'll go in there. Make sure all the wire goes in. You don't want any wire jamming here. Okay, so now let's push it in. Alright, so push it all the way in, and then you lock the wing in with a big screw, and that just screws straight in and will lock the wing in. Just do it up tight, doesn't need to be over tight. Tight enough is good enough. Do the same on the other wing, pull your wire out, put your wing on, and slide your wire through. Once you get that wing in, stick your other screw in. Okay, when you get your wings screwed in and they're all lined up and on, time to dig out the servo wires from in there. Get a pair of tweezers or a hook and get them out and plug them in. Right, it tells you in the manual where to put them. The right aileron goes into S3 and the left aileron goes into S2, so make sure you get them into the right slots. I'm going to use a Spectrum satellite. Now it says on the manual to put the Spectrum ones into port A. So that's the port up this end, so I'm going to plug that into A. Okay, I just found that extremely difficult to fit. In the end I had to use my long nose clips and hold it in there and push it in. There's no room for your fingers. Okay, it says to use a bit of hook and loop tape or a little bit of double-sided tape. I'm just going to use some double-sided tape, put on there and stick it to the fuselage. Take the other side of the tape off and stick her in there. Nicely stuck in there. Okay, on to the next bit. Right, in the manual we now go to setting up all this. I'll do that a bit later. I looked a little bit further on, we've still got to fit the wing tips. Now it says to liberally put CA on them and stick them on, so I'm going to go and do that. Setting up here as well is where this extra bit of information come in that they found out since. It mainly affects JR Spectrum people, it's just a straightforward one. But that was all that was just written here, so make sure you read the instructions. Okay, we've got it together. I've built it all. I put it all together as it said in the manual, followed the manual. You saw a bit of the build there. With the radio, when I went to the radio, I just followed the instructions that were in the manual. Easy to do. It bounds straight away. Let's have a quick look. I haven't put the propeller on because we're playing around inside. I don't want any accidents happening. I'll put the propeller on afterwards. But here's a quick look. It's all pre-set up, so you can see what it is. Here's your rudder. Now I've not set any rates yet. I've got to set my rates, so I've got to do that. On normal mode, elevator. Put it onto precision mode, and it's about the same movement. But put her on 3D mode, and look at that. Huge amount of movement on 3D mode. On normal mode, just for normal flying comfortably around, they move this much. There's precision mode. Precision mode just moves them down a little bit. They're not quite as sensitive for precision mode. But move it into 3D mode, and as you guessed, huge amount of movement. The plane come up really nice. This does look really nice. I mean, look at that, that is beautiful. It is light, runs on your 2200 batteries. It's got the Potenza 10 motor in it, so it's a brushless, very powerful. I think this is going to be a great plane. Again, thanks to Mike from Model Flight. Check out his page, modelflight.com.au. This is available there. Next up for us is to get out and fly it. So hopefully it's the weekend, Corinne's here, weather with us tomorrow if we're lucky. We'll get out and fly it and get the maiden vid up. But for now, there's the build, the unbox, a good look at it. I'm going to go and fit the propeller now. All done. Hope you've enjoyed this review. Keep an eye out for that maiden. Catch you soon. Thanks for watching. Okay, there it is with the spinner on, all finished. What a beautiful plane, eh? What a beautiful plane. Really love this one. Look at that. Looking really nice.